What's up, guys? It's Keefe. I just got back from a killer workout, and so today I wanted to give you 5 tips for your workout. If you're a skinny guy out there, you're trying to pack on the muscle and you can't seem to get it. A lot of guys seem to have this issue. They can't seem to gain muscle, but in this video, I wanted to give you 5 tips that if you do these 5 things, you will see significantly better results on your workouts. Now, before we get into that, I did want to announce that it is the giving season. It's Christmas time, and so I want to give you guys a gift. So what I've done is put together a week of my Unleashing the Alpha workout program, and you can get it completely for free by clicking the link in the description box below. It's got 6 workouts. It's a full week of the program, so you can check that out if you're interested. Also, before we get into that, hit that subscribe button and bell icon if you're interested in leveling up your life as a man. I put out new videos every single day to help you do exactly that. Now let's get into the video. So the first thing you want to do if you want to pack on that size is develop mind to muscle connection. Now what this is when you focus on actually concentrating on the muscle you're trying to train and flexing it, working the actual muscle. A lot of guys are going through there, they're going through the motions, they don't even really know what they're focused on. And so this causes you to get bad results. A lot of times you'll see this in particular with back workouts. A lot of guys will use their arms to do a back workout because they don't know how to use their back. So the way you develop mind to muscle connection is by simply just focusing on the muscle and training yourself to concentrate on using a certain muscle. I'm putting up a video right here from my workout today where you'll see that I'm going slow. This is after I'd already done my compound exercises and I was just doing some accessory work. And you'll see I'm going slow and I'm focusing on flexing through the exercise. Now what this does, you will have to drop the weight a little bit. Say if you're an ego lifter, that's going to be a problem. But what this does is it causes you to actually build the muscle you're trying to build. Mind to muscle connection is so key. If you go look at real, like big time bodybuilders, the ones who go on stage, a lot of times they don't push as heavy of weight as you would expect because they're focused on that mind to muscle connection, that contraction when they lift, and this is the key to actual muscle growth. The second thing I've got on here is to train heavy but under control. This goes along similarly with what I was just saying. If you're somebody who struggles to pack on size, you do want to focus on using heavy weight, but heavy weight that you can control. So when you're doing the bench, like you can go in there and just start slinging it up, but at the same time, if you want to get size gains, if that's your top priority, focus on using heavy weight, perhaps keep the reps lower, maybe in the 5 to 8 range rather than a little bit higher, and focus on having good contractions when you do it. It should be heavy weight, but you're just going to put yourself in a position where your body has to work harder. It has to build more muscle. You're going to create hypertrophy because you're using this heavy weight. The third tip is to stop doing cardio if you're doing cardio. Listen, cardio is okay. I'm not really that big of a fan for it, even for fat burning, but you definitely don't want to bother doing cardio if you're already struggling to put on muscle mass. If you're trying to grow, it makes no sense to go burn off excess calories doing something that's not helping you grow. Okay, so what you really want to focus on doing here is keep to the training, make sure you're eating good. You're going to put on some size. You'll probably put on a little excess fat as well. And then once you put the size on, take the fat back off. It's way easier to do that. If you're doing cardio, understand your body needs to burn calories, even just for daily activities. If you're not even working out, your body is still burning some calories. So if you're doing an exercise like treadmills or Stairmasters or whatever you're doing, sprints, whatever, you're just burning calories for something and you're not packing on the muscle. So what happens is you got to eat even more to grow. So stop doing cardio if you're doing that. Save it for when you're trying to shred down. Fourth thing I got on here is to focus on the fundamentals. What I'm talking about here are the traditional exercises, the things you can push the heavier weight on. A lot of guys avoid these, especially when they're new to the gym, because there's a lot of insecurity around it. Maybe there's some guy in there who's benching 400 pounds and you can't even bench 135 pounds, and it makes you kind of insecure. But understand you can do way more weight and these compound movements, the benches, the deadlifts, the squats, the overhead shoulder presses with the barbell, all these kinds of things. You can lift more weight and they work your whole body. They'll work the little muscles as well. There's no machine that can replace these traditional classic exercises. So what's going to happen is you're going to push heavier weight, which I already mentioned is key. You're going to get more into hypertrophy. You're going to build the muscle much faster this way. You're also going to get a better look. Your body tends to have a more classically, physically masculine appearance if you've been lifting the heavy weight, doing the traditional exercises, rather than sticking with the machine exercises. It just has has a different way of affecting your body, and you're just simply not going to get the results if you don't do these exercises. And also, you shouldn't let fear hold you back or insecurity hold you back. Everybody starts at a light weight. These are also the way more fun exercises. I would personally get really bored if I was doing a lot of machine exercises or things like that. I enjoy it significantly more using the classic exercises. Again, the barbell, the squats, the benches, the deadlifts, the incline bench, the shoulder presses, rows, all those kinds of things. Far more entertaining, and you just feel more like a dog when you're doing it. Honestly, like, that's part of the fun of being a man hitting the gym, is you just feel like this beast when you're lifting up all this weight. So it's just a lot more fun. You're going to get a lot better results. And also, you're just not going to get as bored, too, because there's something to the fact that you have this thing you're fighting against. Let's say you're starting at 135 pounds on bench and you want to get to 225. There's this drive to keep going and keep pushing and keep building yourself. And that's just lacking if you're doing a machine, because nobody's fired up to, like, I'm going to go from 100 pounds on chest press to 150 pounds on chest press. Nobody's hype about that, you know? So focus on the compound movements. Start with them. This is how I always start a workout, with a compound movement. And the fifth and final thing you want to do is supersets. These are great for blowing up the muscle. So typically when I do a workout, what I do is I start with that compound movement. If it's chest day, it's usually going to be a flat bench or an incline bench. If it's back day, maybe I'll do either rows or maybe deadlifts on that day. Leg day, either deadlifts or some kind of squat. Shoulder day, usually going to be doing a shoulder press with the barbell, either standing or seated. Even on arm day, if I'm doing a strictly an arm day, I usually start with a barbell curl or a skull crusher movement with the barbell. You start with these things, and then you move into the supersets, which is where you're focused more on the pump, more on the isolation movements. So what a superset is when you take 2 or more exercises and you do them consecutively without a break. So right here on screen, you'll see I'm doing this dip machine for triceps. This was when today I was switching from chest to triceps to finish out the workout. I started with this tricep exercise, and then I go over and I hit the pec fly machine. So what this does is you don't get the time to rest, pumps the body up significantly more. This just causes a lot more growth than if you're taking these big breaks between sets. At the beginning of your workout, you do want to take longer breaks when you're doing the compound movements with the heavier weights, because that's the point of that. But when you get into the rest of the workout, you should speed it up, focus on the supersets. This is going to get that pump going. You're going to build more muscle this way. Now, guys, if you got something out of this video, you'll definitely want to check out my video on going from skinny fat to fit. I'll put that right here. Again, check out that week of workouts if you're interested in getting your body right. Thanks for watching, guys. Give me a like, hit the subscribe button if you got something out of this video, and I'll talk to you later.